Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share a little bit about my fitness journey. So for the past 18 months, I've been in such a good workout routine, and it is something that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that you guys feel a little bit inspired to maybe kickstart your workout journey if you haven't already started one. I notoriously growing up was not strong or athletic whatsoever. In fact, I was pretty lanky and tall and skinny, and I had very little hand-eye coordination. Although now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I had hand-eye coordination. I was just terrified of balls coming flying at my face, so I would just close my eyes and pray that it wouldn't hit me. And when I was in 8th grade, I kind of got into golf for a little bit, but I didn't actually like playing golf. I just liked going to the driving range and hitting balls. I thought that was really fun, and I thought the actual walking around a golf course for like 7 hours was super, super boring. And then one of my friends in high school joined the crew team, and she would not stop talking about how much she loved crew, and I felt like it was just a cult at my high school and that she was psycho for thinking it was amazing. So to kind of prove her wrong, I joined the crew team my freshman year. I did a learn to row camp, and unfortunately, I ended up falling in love with the sport just as much as my friend had. So I was pretty much hooked from then on. But for that first year that I was on the crew team, I was super, super small. All of my classmates had continued to grow, and I kind of just plateaued off. And you know, for crew, you have to be pretty strong and athletic. My high school had such a big program that despite having 3 full boats of people, which is 24 since there are 8 people per boat, I still wasn't on the roster of making the boat, and I was maybe at best allowed to go to regattas to kind of fill in case someone got injured, which was very rare. So I pretty much spend all my time training on land and doing yoga with a couple of the other girls that weren't boated as well. And eventually I switched to coxing, which I loved, and it really fulfilled that competitive side of me, but I didn't get to actually do a lot of the working out, especially since I was on the men's team. And when you're a men's coxswain, it's dangerous if you are working out with them, and you can kind of get in their way because they're lifting way heavier weights than I was, or that I was even capable of doing. So I didn't really work out, but I was able to be competitive and ended up being a D1 athlete at Georgetown, which is kind of ironic considering my lack of athletic ability. And for years when I graduated college, I just didn't do anything. I got a little into yoga here and there, but I would kind of like start and stop and didn't really stick with it on a consistent basis. The closest I got was when I lived in New York and fell in love with a yoga studio. But even then, like doing yoga, while it's great for breathing and overall flexibility and just kind of a general sense of healthiness, it's not an actual fitness routine, and I definitely wasn't building up a ton of strength at it. I was basically just doing like the easy classes and maybe a hot yoga here and there, but I wasn't pushing myself all that much. But a year and a half ago, I took a tour of a gym in Connecticut, and I was so blown away with the facilities that it kind of inspired me to want to get into working out. And I'd also just come back from a trip to New Orleans where I felt like all I did was eat junk food, and I just felt really gross about myself. And this isn't like a, oh, I felt like I was fat or I didn't like the size I was. I just didn't feel healthy. Like none of my insides felt healthy. And even though I was the same size I was in high school, and I have been since, I just knew I wasn't doing the most I could do for my body. So it wasn't a size thing, it was just like I wanted to feel healthy and strong. And at this gym, I fell in love with one of the classes, which was Intro to Strength Training, and it was a great way for me to learn like how to use the different equipment at the gym. I was pushing myself in ways I didn't even know was possible, and every single week I could feel myself getting stronger. But overall, I just felt so much happier, which was something I wasn't expecting. I went into this journey thinking that I would maybe tone up my muscles a little bit and get stronger and feel healthier. But one of the effects I wasn't expecting was how happy and motivated in the rest of my life I would feel. So like working out was so much more than getting healthy and strong for me. It spilled over into every aspect of my life. I realized just how strong I was, and that I was capable of doing so much more than I ever thought was possible. And I just felt so much better about myself. I felt confident and happy and overall inspired. And really that was something I wasn't expecting, but I'm so glad I discovered through my journey of working out. And what's really great about that is because of that, it's helped me stay motivated. It's not like I'm trying to go to the gym and lift a certain amount of weights or run a certain minute mile. I just want to keep going because I like how I feel when I'm working out. And when I take a little break, like I just came back from a trip and didn't work out for a week, I can feel the mental difference when I'm not at the gym every day kind of sweating and moving my body. And I was craving going to the gym just to get that flexibility and mobility and get my heart pumping. And when I left for the first time after that trip, I felt on cloud 9 and totally amazing. So I just want to kind of run through some of the exercises that I like the most. I am a huge fan of HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. I just think they're really fun classes because they move super fast and you know you're getting a great workout. The circuits are a really fun way to keep things different too, so you're not just doing the same thing over and over again like running on a treadmill. You know, you're doing a circuit 3 times and every time you go back through the circuit you can feel yourself getting stronger and feeling more comfortable doing whatever the exercise is. And I'm also a huge fan of kettlebell workouts. Now, I would recommend going to a class with an instructor or a trainer or personal trainers so you can make sure that you're doing the kettlebell exercises correctly. They can be kind of tricky to do, so you want to make sure someone's there to guide you. But once you get the hang of it, you can find amazing workouts for kettlebells on YouTube or even Pinterest. And I occasionally like to mix in some cardio. So I've been kind of getting into running and I've been running on a treadmill, but it can be sort of boring. So I try to do something fun like listening to a podcast while I do it, or watching an episode of TV that I would only let myself do on special occasions. I do recommend going to a gym and trying to find a class because there's such a good community aspect of it, and when you sign up for a class, you're kind of locking yourself in and you can put it on your schedule so you're not flaking out on yourself, because really you're only cheating on yourself if you're skipping your workouts. So a couple of programs that I recommend if you're not going to a gym is the Bikini Body Guide by Kayla Itsinis. You might have seen some ads on Instagram for her Sweat by Kayla app. Her Bikini Body Guide is unreal. Might seem like kind of girly and they're 28-minute workouts, but oh my god, they are so hard and challenging and you will not be able to walk the next day, I promise. And I also downloaded the app Active, which I talked about in my What's in My iPhone video, and that's a great way to get kind of a personal trainer for a super low monthly cost. Even though you're not getting that in-person one-on-one attention, when you put your headphones in and you're listening to these coaches coach you through different training exercises, you feel like that person is right next to you cheering you on and coaching you through a really challenging workout. I might do a longer video in the future about some of my favorite workout gear, but I thought I would very quickly touch on a couple of my favorite pieces. The first are my running shoes. They're by Asics, and these are ones that I highly recommend. But if you are just getting started into your workout routine, I highly recommend going to a shoe store that is specifically designed for athletes, like a running store, and getting shoes specifically for your feet. You know, don't try to pull the Instagram or like blogger thing where you're wearing like the cute Nikes just because you like the color. You can really hurt yourself if you're not wearing a shoe that has a proper fit. So I definitely recommend going to get professionally fitted, and they'll make sure like your ankles aren't rotating, or maybe you have a really low arch or a really high arch, or you need something with like a wider toe box. They'll make sure that you're wearing shoes that are the best for you. I also am a huge fan of Athleta clothes just in general. I specifically love their 7/8 leggings. Even in the peak of summer when it's super hot out, I love wearing long leggings just because I feel like they wick the sweat away and they're super comfortable. And the 7/8 length are perfect for me because I kind of have short legs, so I like that there's still a sliver of ankle showing and they're not bunching at the bottom by my shoes. I really like tops by Lululemon because the material is designed for people working out, so it's moisture wicking, but you also have a full range of motion despite being kind of a tight top. I just feel the most comfortable when I'm wearing it, and they also wash really well, which is a huge plus for workout gear because you definitely are going to be washing that a ton. And for sports bras, I kind of am split down the middle. I definitely need to do a better job of finding a perfect one for me, but I tend to go to Target and just stock up on like really cheap, simple ones because I just wear them a lot and kind of wear through them. But I've also picked up a couple of styles from Athleta that are cute and functional and also get the job done. Okay, so that's kind of my fitness journey and a couple of my top level tips. If you guys are into fitness, definitely leave a comment below with what your favorite workout is. I'm always up to trying new classes and new types of training exercises. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button.